What we want to show you is how to mix a traditional scorpion batch. In your shop manual it gives you micro batch, small batch, medium, and large batch. This is based off of our mixing ratio of 2.5 parts A, 1 part B, 1 part C. So say your large batch is actually 1 1/8 total mixture. Now what you're going to use to measure off is your choice of a 1 quart, 5 quart, or 10 quart container. The reason you have the 3 options, of course, the 1 quart is what you're going to use for your micro batch. Standard XO2 mix with no additives will be used in the 5 quart. This will hold the small, medium, and large batches. Now if you go to a point that you're using the gripper granules, the rubber crumb, or the vinyl flattener additives, you've got to go to a 10 quart to have enough headspace to hold all the material in one container. Always keep in mind, it is a very viscous material, so you have to use either the 3-inch or the 1.5-inch high viscosity mix paddles. As always, when we're mixing and spraying, personal protection is priority number 1. Be sure and get your respirator, suit up, and then mix. So let's grab our PPE and get going here. Now for your actual mix sequence. What we're going to mix today is a medium batch. So remember, 2.5 parts A, 1 part B, 1 part C. Be sure and reference your shop manual for the amount of toner. With our standard toner, we're going to use a 1/4 cup in a medium batch. If you're using custom toners, you're going to double, possibly quadruple, so be sure and reference that. Now, when you're mixing these, the pouring sequence is a little bit off. We do that so you can reuse these tubs. What you do, mix your batch, pour it off in your gun, allow this to sit overnight, pull out the dry material the next day. These can be used for a very long time as long as they're kept clean. The problem being, if you pour the A resin in first, it's going to leave a sticky gel on the bottom of the container, making it unusable. So, always start with your B component first. Shake it well as always. Pour your C component second. Add your A component, and then toner last. So let's get our personal protection equipment. We'll actually mix this up. Okay, now we've got our batch mix. Just a couple of things that we want to reference so you know the process, how long to mix, and all that good stuff. I don't know if you can see this, the color's a little bit off. The reason that is the C component. This component's white when it's liquid, but it dries clear. So don't be shocked if you mix a black or a red, red being my favorite because it's going to be pink in the bucket. Now once it dries out, the true color will come. Typically that's within the first 2 to 4 hours. The other thing to keep in mind, mix time is critical. So a thoroughly mixed batch is going to be until all the white component is blended or your color is somewhat consistent. The key being, try to keep your mix time around 30 seconds. If you go much more than that, you stand a chance of hyperactivating the batch and losing pot life. So always remember, 30-second mix time. Don't be scared if the color's not quite true when it's first mixed.